So, looking at some of the advantages and disadvantages of a software user's manual, the advantages are it does contain detailed information about all aspects of the software. Also, using the user manual will provide you with a deeper understanding of the software and how certain functions work and why they do what they do. And it's searchable by chaptered and indexed topics, for example, behaviors, overlay edits, envelopes, etc. Some of the disadvantages of using the software user's manual is that most of the time it contains more information than you could possibly need at that moment, and it can require more time to sort out what is relevant for your needs. And again, another disadvantage is the software user manual tells you what something does, but not necessarily how to do it. It might take you through the steps to make it happen in your project, but as far as applying it to your needs will be up to you and your discretion. The last disadvantage is because there's so much information, you must know what you're looking for. Sorting through 1,288 pages of user manual with hardly a clue is just going to be a waste of your time. A couple tips on searching through some of these user manuals are that you should, if you use the search bar up in the top corner, search by keyword. For example, animate, right? Animating will give us, kind of slimmed down search results. If I started to get more specific in my search and said, say, animating a square, it's going to start searching for everything. It's going to start searching for animating a square, and we, may start to get fewer and fewer results that are actually relevant to our needs. So onto the third resource available to you, and that resource is software user forums. A place, literally, like the picture shows, it's a meeting of the minds. User forums are one of the most powerful resources that independent content producers have at their disposal because it literally allows you to have access to an enormous database of knowledge having to do with the particular piece of software that you're using. So let's go ahead and take a closer look to see what I'm talking about. We'll jump back over to Motion. Again, go up to the Help menu, and we're going to go down to the Motion Support option, which once again will bring us to the web. And we'll notice right here at the top we've got you can access the Motion User Manual on the website as well, but then right below that we have discussion forums. So let's click on that and check it out. Basically what discussion forums are is like a giant social networking site for all users of the software. It's a place where someone can go to ask the entire user community a specific question about a problem that they're having with the software, maybe their computer's not running correctly, or it can be a place to just bounce ideas off of users about how to do something that you have in mind. If we take a look at this first page, we see topic headings such as computer typing effects, project chugging unbelievably slow when making changes. It sounds like a hardware issue. Motion 4 imports, no audio. So if you were having a similar problem where when you imported video into Motion, the audio wasn't there, this might be a place to find an answer. We've got other options like text problems in Motion 4, alpha channel not interpreted in Final Cut Pro 7, etc., etc. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these. So let's jump into one of these to see what they're all about. We'll just start with this top one, camera fly-through of 79 photos. And what we discover is that a user, Brock Fisher, has posed a question about how to fly camera through 79 photos. And it doesn't seem that he can make this happen like he wants to. He has a response from a number of different users with ideas about how he might be able to achieve this effect. Again, some of the responses have a lot of information, some have very little. Why animate 79 photos when you can just place them in space and animate one camera? That's a good comment. However, this user doesn't exactly elaborate, so it may or may not be useful to Brock Fisher if he doesn't know what this certified user is referring to. But it's a place where you can just kind of go and peruse through conversations and try and discover your answer. If you had a question that you weren't finding answered, you can actually just log in to the discussion forum and pose the question yourself and then wait for responses to come to you. And so that's the basics of user forums. So let's go ahead and take a look at some advantages and disadvantages of user forums. So the main advantage of user forums are that you can find answers to uncommon problems. User forums also allow you to pose your question to an enormous pool of users that have likely encountered the same problem as you. And it provides access to advanced users and an enormous advanced user knowledge base. Many of the users that you'll find on these forums have been using the software day in and day out for years, and they will be able to provide you with incredible insight on the particular issue or situation that you're facing. Some of the disadvantages: user forums are not always efficient, right? They can take days before your question is answered, if ever. They can be difficult to search and find relevant information. Again, because information is added daily, user forum databases are thousands and thousands of pages of information, and sorting through all of that can be a bit time-consuming and difficult. And finally, the information provided can be biased or unhelpful based on the user. Again, you're relying on people that you don't necessarily know, and so some of the information may be misleading, it may be completely wrong, or you may find that some users are pushing some sort of cause or alternative agenda. So the last point that I would like to cover in this help resources tutorial is the little blue search option in the top of the help menu. So let's head back over to Motion and check out the search bar and see what exactly it does. So once again, we'll go up here to the top and we'll click on Help, and we notice a little blinking cursor. Now, you might expect when you type something into the search bar that it's going to search the internet or search the user manual for information, but this particular search function doesn't quite work like that. Pretty much what it is going to do, it's going to search for the keyword that you type in among all of your other menu bars. So, for example, if we want to duplicate a layer, we could type in duplicate. And if I hover over that with my mouse, it's just going to pop up and show me exactly where in my other menu options duplicate exists. Or let's say I want to add a new camera. So let's type in camera. There we go. We actually have a couple of different camera options. We've got new camera. We also have 3D view, active camera, and next camera. So 3 places where camera appears in my menu options. And with that, that concludes this video tutorial about the help resources available to anybody in any piece of software, all located in the help menu in your menu bar.